I'm a great admirer of the late Steve Jobs because I believe that he just looked at the rule book, just threw out the window, and he wanted to create something revolutionary and different. Boxpark is the world's first pop-up mall. The concept is driven by the fact that every high street in Britain was becoming the same high street, and that increasingly independent brands that support independent businesses were being forced out the high street or just didn't want to be a part of it, and they wanted to have a new home. I chose this location because I was based in Charlotte Road. That's where Box Fresh used to be run from. This whole area had just undergone fundamental change in the past 10 years, and it's completely different from the Shoreditch of before. Gradually, you got more creative industries moving into this area. You then got people like Shoreditch House coming into the area, the tea building sort of really developing, lots of fashion industries coming in, and all the bars, and then the city started to really encroach on the sort of boundaries of what is now Shoreditch. And just simply, there was a lack of good retail space, a lack of good community space where during your lunchtime you could just sit outside. And I just felt that Shoreditch was looking for better retailing. I had a strong vision of what I wanted to achieve with Boxpark, and I'm just from a school of design, which is I'm not trained in design at all, but I've got my own taste, and I wanted it to have a really raw industrial feel, and I wanted it to be true to those original industrial design beliefs, and I wanted everything in Boxpark to reflect that. So I think there's not a single detail in Boxpark that I didn't personally oversee with our designers. I looked at everything, questioned it, suggested a lot of things, but worked in conjunction with them to develop the Boxpark that you see. I think a brand has to be able to tell its story all the way through. Why would you leave the last final chapter of your story, the most important chapter in your story, the interaction to the customer, to a third-party person? Eventually, all brands have to look towards developing their own retail stories in order to really fully tell the story of that brand. Your store should be more of a church about your brand. The size of your store does not reflect the size of your brand. I think that fundamentally the customer always wants to appear special, and I think you don't feel special when you walk into a store and you know that everyone else can get the same stuff because you're such a big store. I'm actually much more inspired by what Levi's did with Cinch like 20 years ago when it came to Newburgh Street and took a really small store. And that was amazing. It was the first time I ever saw it done, where a big brand was acting small. So what we've tried to do here is create uniform spaces where everyone competes, both the small brands and the big brands, on a level playing field. I actually believe small is beautiful. We've evolved the retail philosophy. What we try to do at Boxpark is try to have a different brand mix, to be special to our customers, to create events down here that are special, to work with brands that want to do something special. So even when we work with the bigger brands like Nike, they're bringing something unique to this area. I can't tell you what it is, but they've not got it anywhere in Britain. When we work with Diesel, it's 55 DSLs, only flagship store in the UK. When we work with Puma, it's Puma, they've only got 21 styles that you can get nowhere else for 21 days. If you create something, make it special to your customer. It's not just about selling. You've got to believe that retail is entertainment. You've got to entertain that customer. And if you don't entertain that customer, they've got no reason to come back to you. Everyone thinks that we've made a fundamentally different concept here. But actually, we've got some other fundamentally different concepts. We're looking at the whole rule book of retailing and trying to just shake it up there and question it.